Where is it? Where is all of it, guys? What is going on? Who just took over the stream? Good morning. Happy Monday. I am bald. How crazy. It's literally gone. The barber rugged me. We're just gonna be honest with it. The barber rugged me. This is not at all what I was expecting. So we are all equally as shocked to see that I no longer have long hair. It was getting down, it was like well past my nipples. And so I was like, let me go get a little haircut. Let me get like 6, maybe 8 inches off that. Like trim it up, make it look respectable. And then I did the poll on Twitter. I went ahead and I was like, you know what would be funny as hell? If I treat this just like a Dow. Let me see wherever it is. Yeah, I was like, I'll treat this like a Dow. What haircut should I get, guys? And everyone chose mullet. And I was like, bet, that's hysterical. I could rock a mullet for this bull run, you know? We make bank. We turn $500 into $50,000, just like the goal of this live stream. A live stream that we do Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you like that live stream, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notification bell, because why not? And so I was like, yeah, I'll get a mullet, rock it out for the entire bull market. And then I went over the entire haircut with the barber for like 10 minutes before the haircut actually took place. She reassured me. She knew exactly what I wanted. She even pulled it up on her phone. She was like, yep, this is the kind of hairstyle you want, right? And I was like, yes, ma'am. Are you sure you're up for the task? And she got almost insulted that I would even ask that question. She was like, do you know what they call me? Do you know what they call me? They call me the hair witch. And I was like, all right, bet. I have faith. You know, I have complete faith. And she rugged me. She rugged the fuck out of me. But not to say the haircut looks bad. She did a good job with the haircut. It's just not even a little bit what I thought I was going to be getting. Not even a little bit. She did the sides decently. The back is meh. And then the head up top is just long enough to make it look like a little rat's nest no matter what I do. Isn't a mullet where the back is longer than the top? That's what I'm saying. At the absolute bare minimum, dude. At the bare minimum, the back is supposed to be longer than the top. I can't even run my fingers through it anymore. But it is what it is. It's not going to prevent us from making money, just like it's not preventing stacks from ripping. Literally, no dip that happens in Bitcoin's price. The crypto market can crash. The crypto market can dip. Stacks don't give a fuck. Stacks just keeps on ripping. And I want to, like, truthfully, this thing's about to hit $2. It was 20 cents back at the beginning of 2023. We didn't start talking about it till it was around 40 cents. At least me personally, I didn't start really acknowledging it until around 50, 40 cents. So it's up not that much compared to everything else. But if we go ahead and like draw an extension on stacks, I know Johnny loves stacks, so we're going to start off strong for Johnny here. Thank you, Johnny, for being here. Wealth Health, what's good? Good morning. Welcome in, welcome in. If you take an extension from this last move up that Stacks had, right, where it went from 20 cents all the way up to $1.27, and you kind of extend it forward for this move, it coincidentally brings you back to all-time highs, and it brings you from 40 cents up to about $2.70. So I think with a reasonable amount of confluence here that Stacks is probably going to continue to run all the way up until it reaches all-time highs again, around that $3 mark. So sitting here at $1.90, it's got about 50% more to go in my humbled opinion. That is, of course, operating under the assumption that Bitcoin does not just fall off a cliff. Now, nothing is really here on the charts to indicate that it would fall off a cliff. In fact, everything just continues to truck along further and further and further. And I understand that this chart right here might look kind of confusing. So maybe I should change around some of the colors or make some lines a little bit thicker than other lines. I'll make this guy a 3. This guy can go down to 1 pixel. I'll make this guy down here. He should be a 4 pixel line. He is solid. And then the halving. The halving will change colors. That'll make sense. We change colors. How's everyone doing though? How's everyone doing? Is everyone in the live stream here? Everyone having a wonderful Monday morning? You might notice something interesting here. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know anything about it. But the camera that I'm currently using is no longer this camera. It's no longer my little J5 webcam. I bought a new iPhone. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. And I'm using the iPhone as my webcam. We'll make it orange, and we will make it 4 pixels thick. However, we are gonna dash the line. I got a new iPhone. How crazy? How crazy? You wanna know how I did it? You wanna know how I did it? Well, I took me profits on ICP. I sold off about 100 ICP, around $14, and I took profits on it, and I spent $1,200 buying a new phone. So I took my profits, then immediately we dipped. I felt like a genius because we were down at $10. It fell like, what is that, 32% or something like that? Let me see. If I sold at 14, we went down. Oh, I went the wrong way with that. 26%. So we immediately saw a 26% correction. Where did I get 32% from? Was it from up here? No, neither one. I just pull out numbers. I felt like a genius. We're starting to rebound quite aggressively today, actually. Today alone, the wicks on this thing are 28%. From wick to wick on ICP is 28%, so that's crazy. It's definitely... ICP is a strong contender. I've been saying it since it was fucking $3, and now it's actually starting to come true, so I'm happy about that. Definitely happy about that. But nonetheless, I needed the phone. I need to separate my work life from my from my personal life. I need to have a phone dedicated to social media. I need to have a phone to make better content. This phone, the audio is bad, the camera is bad, all that stuff. And truthfully, the J5 camera is bad as well. So now I have a phone, and I'm excited. I'm hyped. A new phone, new haircut, new bags. We're ready to get moving on this. Good morning, Akhtar. Looking just specifically, of course, this is the Bitcoin Daily. We're starting to break out again. New local highs. We have wicks all the way up to about $46,000. I'm sure on some exchanges it went above. Good morning, DYOFR. Let's go. New beginning. I know, it all corresponded with 2024 as well, so shit's about to get crazy. Shit's about to get crazy. I know we've had a wick go up to 46,000 and then like a little mini flash crash down to 40,000. Pretty substantial crash there. This candle here today, if it can close the body of the candle above the bodies of these candles, then it looks like we got that continuation and we can keep on going forward. That is, of course, until the ETF news comes out. The ETF news is going to cause Bitcoin to spike in one direction or the other. If the ETF gets approved, and that is in 2 days, so on the 10th, if the ETF gets approved on the 10th, there will likely be like 5 to 8 ETFs that get approved, in my opinion. There's currently 11 applications for spot ETFs for Bitcoin, and they're not just gonna approve the ARK ETF, which the ARK ETF's deadline is the 10th for a decision. It would make no sense for them to deny that one and then like next month approve BlackRock's. That would be corruption at the highest degree. So more likely than not, they will approve a group of ETFs all at the same time. The first chance they have at that is January 10th. I'm excited to see the outcome of that. I hope that they approve it, obviously, because we're going to just absolutely skyrocket. That's what my greedy side says. That's what my portfolio says. My understanding of how markets work are hinting at the idea that it would be more beneficial in the long term if they denied it. Oh, hi, bird. You coming up to say hi, buddy? What do I mean by that? It would be more beneficial in the long term if they denied it. Let's think about that, you know? What happens if they deny the ETF? This entire rally has been built off the back of the ETF getting launched, right? Pretty much from here, from 30,000 all the way to 46,000, the whole thing has been off the back of the ETF getting launched. So if they deny it here, Because previously they've just been postponing it, but I believe this is the final postponement that they can do. So if they deny, not just postpone, I imagine that we're going to have a pretty substantial pullback. This crash here, this red candle here that went down from 46,000 to 40,000, that we all remember, that quick flash crash, that was off the rumor that they were going to deny it, right? The rumor that they could still deny it. That caused a liquidity crisis. Just like the rumor that it got approved caused this spike, you know? On the flip side, remember back before we started this run, the fake headline came out from Cointelegraph, or Cointelegram, whatever it is, and we absolutely skyrocketed. Same thing on the flip side here. So it's definitely worth paying attention to see if they approve it or not, because I imagine that we could have a pretty substantial pullback. Like a 20% correction is not that dramatic for Bitcoin. It's just not. Truthfully, even like a 40 or a 50% correction is not that crazy for Bitcoin. Don't want to be moving that. And so because of that, I placed a bet on Polymarkets here. Bitcoin ETF approved by January 15th. Because that deadline is January 10th, I'll know likely the outcome of this bet in 2 days. But the odds are just too overwhelmingly like against, everyone in the market believes that the ETF is going to get launched, right? And so the odds of this bet are heavily favored in the ETF being launched. Looking fresh. Thank you, Dream. Thank you. Dan Park. New haircut, yeah. A surprisingly new haircut. No one was expecting it. So what I did, I went ahead and I purchased, I gambled here, but this is a hedge. It's an educated gamble, right? So it's a hedge against the portfolio. I voted no, the ETF would not get approved, because if the ETF doesn't get approved, then Bitcoin's likely going to fall a decent amount. Maybe it doesn't go all the way down back to like 27,000, that 40% crash. Maybe that doesn't happen, but I imagine that if it gets denied, we'll likely have a spike that is bigger than the rumor of it getting denied, right? So we got 2 days. Who knows where we go from here, but if the rumor made it crash 10%, then the actual news of it happening will probably be close to twice as aggressive. So we might see something close to 35,000 pretty instantly. Rock on, brother. Axon DAO. We can talk about that in a second. I want to finish my spiel here, though. So I put like $285 in, saying that it would not get approved. And if it does not get approved, I will get a 500% return on that $285. And that can hedge my bet. That hedges my portfolio. If you look at this portfolio, right, it's sitting around $1,800. We've definitely had a large scale pullback from the 2000. We went all the way down to 1650. But this is a hedge, right? I put up a small amount of money that if we lose, it would hurt the portfolio for sure. It would hurt my standing in the portfolio. But if we win, then the portfolio doubles. Crazy. That's how hedges work. This is probably too aggressive of a hedge, and I actually haven't even warranted it. Like, I should take the cash out of here. What do you guys think? Should I actually like attribute $100 of this towards it? Like, let's say I just put in $100 from the portfolio into the hedge. So then I'll remove $100 of this cash, the cash position. And then if it gets approved, I lose that $100. If it gets denied, I can add $588 into the portfolio of new dry powder. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let's engage. Start a poll. Include hedge in portfolio standing. The problem is I won't be able to, it's a 1 to 5 trade, exactly. How good is that? How good is that? That's just like, if it was anything other than that, I probably wouldn't use it as a hedge, but like, come on, the market is that convinced it's gonna go through. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. And even if I am sure, it doesn't matter. This is how hedges work, you know? You put up a little bit of money to make a lot of money in the event that your portfolio goes down. Because if I lose that $100, then theoretically the portfolio would go up more than $100 probably in that day. So it'd just kind of be a wash, and I would have the insurance policy. It's insurance. You guys know insurance. It's a no-brainer. It is absolutely. I'm voting it doesn't get approved. Well, it's not voting. It's you got to vote with your dollars, Dream. Vote with your dollars. Put a little bit of money in it. All right, I think we'll do it. I think we'll do it then. $100 of the portfolio's cash pile is going into the hedge, because that means that I don't have to sell any of my positions. Oh, I forgot to add yesterday. Yeah. Now you guys get to see exactly how it happens. So I go to my portfolio. I go look at what the price of it was yesterday. So yesterday it was 7. We'll take the midpoint here around 1720. So I will go to USDC, hit the plus sign. I will be buying, but I will be buying on yesterday, change date and time, and I'm going to be adding $17 because that is 1% of the portfolio's value in that given moment. I'll be adding the transaction, and now I have purchased $17 of cash. That is my form of DCA. I know it's not called DCA. It's just called adding to my portfolio. But that's what most people think of DCA as, is you're just adding a little bit of extra dry powder. That's how we assure that the portfolio grows. You want a portfolio chart that looks like this, that just goes up and to the right consistently from inception? Add dry powder every single week. It doesn't have to go into a crypto. It just has to go into the portfolio. And the reason that I can do it like that, like I forgot to add yesterday and I can just do it like that, is because I have a cash position that's like sitting for my normal stuff. And then this is how I'm keeping track of what is allocated towards the portfolio, right? Like my data lake position is more than 20,000 lake, but 20,000 of that lake that I have is allocated towards the portfolio, you know? I have more than 25 Vita, but 25 of the Vita that I do hold is for the portfolio. It's called PCA, exactly. It's called TICA, that investor cost averaging. No, I'll do Patrick cost averaging. That's funny. That is funny. Who voted no? Who voted no? We got 6 votes. One of you guys voted no? No, I'm actually not offended by it. All right. Guys, my hair is gone. Do you even know who's live right now? Do you even know who's live right now? My hair is actually gone. There's a lot of liquidity for Bitcoin above 45,000. It's chilling all the way even up. We're starting to get stuff opening up around like 51, 52,000. But there's a lot of liquidity that goes all the way up until about that like $48,000 area. So I imagine in the days leading up to this, if the ETF gets approved, we're probably spiking straight up to about 48,000. We might even run up to that in the next like 2 days. Some 18-year-olds live. It's funny because that's what my girlfriend was saying too. I look young as hell. Let me go ahead and put my old glasses on. If you guys look at these bubbles here, you'll actually see that Bitcoin is probably going to go down for a little bit. It's going to go down because there's a lot of liquidity right here. And then we'll spike back up because it's bullish on the day. Above the VWAP. However, BTC.D, Bitcoin dominance, also very bullish. What is this giant drawing that I have on the chart? Now you look young and sophisticated. I'm not trying to be young though. Actually, I am. Thank you. It's a huge compliment. I would much rather look young than old, because eventually I will be old. You gotta cherish the young days. Bitcoin dominance low-key looking a little bit bearish today. I know it's above the VWAP right now, but you go scoop. It's looking kind of down. Let's keep going. Ethereum on top of the VWAP. ADA. All of these coins appear as if they had crashed last night and are trying to regain some traction today. So the patterns don't look super beautiful, but you have to take it with a grain of salt. Damn. CSPR looking bearish. Look at that spike, and it's not holding at all. It's just falling straight back down. Let's see about ICP. ICP might be a fun one to trade today. No, it's like a steady march. It's not that. It's not that like very clean pattern that we enjoy. Thoughts on what? Woo. That was me. Is that what I look like now? Woo. Is that what I look like now? That's crazy. All right, guys. We're at a 50% like ratio. Let's boost that up. Let's boost that up. Let me figure out a trade that we can take, and then let's boost up those likes. Let's go to CoinMarketCap. Let's see what's moving today. We got INJ, we got Stacks, we got ICP, we got AXL, and VeChain. You know what's crazy is I just hit to organize by the 24-hour percent change, and what do you know? Unless it happened in that moment, we have something that's up 1% above the list of something that's up 2.1%. So like, all right, there we go. Now it's adjusting. Maybe it was just taking a while to load. I was about to flip some tables, which wouldn't have been good because my table's the only table that's right here. I don't even know who you are anymore. I know, MK. I haven't even told my mom yet. I'm like genuinely nervous to tell my parents that it got cut off because I wasn't expecting this. No part of me was planning for this haircut. I didn't even book the appointment. My girlfriend booked the appointment. And then I was like, oh, perfect. I could use a little bit of a haircut. And then I was like, let me meme it. Let me make it a mullet. Oh, you don't know how to cut a mullet. Depression. Looks like we are going to add it. Yes. Include hedge in portfolio standing. Meaning, if the hedge fails, $100 will be wiped out of that account. What's funny, not really funny, haha, but funny serious, is that also in the portfolio, Axon DAO, I forgot that X has dumb search warrants. I have money allocated towards Axon DAO as well in the portfolio challenge. And I have money in CryoDAO in the portfolio challenge. So realistically right now, I don't have any cash in the portfolio. That's kind of terrifying. That's actually a little bit scary. Scurry. What am I doing? Oh, we're looking for trades on things that are moving. So we got Stacks. INJ is moving. Everything be looking the same. RSI's slowly been climbing. We just gotta wait and see if it's got a direction. Let's grab that Bitcoin heat map. I'm gonna move it over here so I can keep watching it. It seems like we're gonna go down, but it also appears that Bitcoin is on like just a rally. Just everything doesn't even matter. It just keeps trucking along. Did you guys take any profitable trades over the weekend? How many of you guys took any trades over the weekend? I need to decide on whether or not I want to open back up my trading account and restart that challenge, or if I just want to incorporate a little bit more swing trading into the portfolio challenge. You know, I need to make a decision here because sitting in limbo while exciting stuff is happening is not ideal. I think we're gonna take, we'll see. Sold a few stacks at $1.80. Nice. Did you get in down at the 40 cents, at 20 cents? Or did you, no, you bought in the other day. All right, you got some solid gains there. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't see a reason why we aren't just going to maintain bullishness on Bitcoin for a few days. For the next 2 days at least, I have a strong inclination to say that we're just going to continue to truck along. Let's go to the hourly. Let's close the VWAP off for a second. Like, given the confluence with prior resistance at 78, or at, yeah, 78, I would love 78,000, at 47,900, and the liquidity over here on the heat map, I imagine that we're just going to continue to truck along for a little bit further on Bitcoin. We got 2 days for Bitcoin to rise up about 6%. I think that's totally realistic for Bitcoin. Plus, if you even want to like draw this line a little bit differently, you could make an argument that it should be drawn something like this, in which we just bounced off of it with support, right? In which we just got support on the trend line that we've had since we came up to this level back in October. And now we just bounced off of it and we're going to continue higher and higher. I think there's a strong argument to be made there, meaning going long on Bitcoin and Bitcoin related things is probably not a bad bet right now. If we go to all bookmarks here, I just bookmarked this guy, which is the top BRC20 projects bullish on. This person's bullish on leading into the new year. I think these would be worth taking looks at. We've already looked at GHSY, not in depth. All I did was bring it up to people's radar. Did not go in depth on it at all. It's weird that they don't have Stacks or Alex on it, but that's okay. MKR, Maker. Okay. Aww. Maker just keeps bleeding. That's wild. Are you saying for a more long-term play, though? It did just kind of break out a little bit, but it's definitely slowing down. 45 cents or so. Nice. All right, so you're making gains. You're making gains. One thing I do want to add to is Kaspa on MEXC, though. I think Kaspa down around this 10-cent mark is not a bad purchase area. Oh, Bitcoin's rocking. Bitcoin's going crazy. That's not Bitcoin. There we go. Yeah, so it just broke. All right. confidence to say that Bitcoin's going to be rallying here for a little bit. Sorry I don't have any trade setups specific for everyone. Nothing really bounced off the VWAP. Everything's just going crazy today. I think honestly entering any strong looking chart would be a decent opportunity right here. We just had an immediate pullback down with Bitcoin. But there was this candle, if you look at the heat map over here, this candle had a lot of volume really quickly that got it. Look at how big those bubbles got. So I think this is a good breakout play. I'm gonna synthetically enter along here. I think I have to raise it up. Stop running away from me. In anticipation of a little bit of a breakup. It's just weird that I'm trading completely off of fake nothingness. It feels honestly stupid as fuck. There's no point in doing that. But if I had my account, I would go in. All I can think about right now is my hair. That's all I can think about. That's genuinely like the only thing that I have on my mind. Oh man. Okay, question for you guys. What are your top 3 or top 5 picks for this bull market? What is your portfolio holding for top 3 or top 5? I can go first, but I don't want to because you can kind of see my portfolio so you guys see what my holdings are. But conviction wise, your best risk to reward, meaning I don't want to hear anyone's Bitcoin. I just don't. I don't want to hear your Bitcoin. Bitcoin does not have the best risk to reward in the market. It just doesn't. So don't tell me Bitcoin. I want to hear your top 3 or top 5, up to you. We got Injective, Celestia, and Covalent. Covalent is not one that I've done any research into, but Celestia and Injective, my man, DYOFR. You genuinely, like, you never failed to amaze me. CQT. This is your top 3. Is this guy as well? 100,000 million, 184 million. That's intriguing because Injective, killer. Celestia, killer. Covalent, I have not looked into much, but apparently I should. If there's one person whose opinion I hold dear to my heart, it would be yours. All right. Fuck yeah. Hari Krish says, your top is AIMX. Why is that? Why AIMX? I mean, they have a good amount of tokens in circulation. Nobody can take that from them. I think it'll perform pretty well. I just don't think it's going to be the best. I think it'll perform fairly well, absolutely. I just think that there's, like, it's not my favorite personally. Where am I going? I had a whole video on it, actually. Let's duplicate this. Let's go over to view your channel. We'll silence this guy. I just posted a video ranking AIMX. Can Ametis AIMX 100X? It's got almost 200 views, posted 3 days ago. I have another video out on Data Lake, same topic, same idea. I'm ranking them. So I'm gonna put them in a rank list between S, A, B, and trash. AIMX has good potential in the next 5 years. My concerns with AIMX is the entire telehealth space. Like if we go look at Teladoc, right? Teladoc is in the telehealth space. They're much larger than AIMX, and they've been around for a very long time. And they've been bleeding since February 2021. So for the last 2021, 2022, 2023, for the last 3 years, they have done nothing but go down. And I understand that they don't have the metaverse, but they kind of have the metaverse. It's basically the same thing. Like, there's just a very large barrier of entry for real world application on it. I understand that it could be a good trade with the metaverse, with AI, and with DeSci all converging together, and where it has an extremely small market cap. I think it could easily pump. I would be very cautious with blindly holding this for 5 years. I would be very cautious with blindly holding Ametis for 5 years. Especially if the 4-year cycle is to continue. Just saying that. If the 4-year cycle is to continue, and every 4 years we have an incredible bull market, but then the subsequent year is a terrible bear market. If you look 5 years out, we got 1 bull market, 2 bear market, 3 crab market, 4 bull market, 5 could be a spiking bull market still if we have that 4-year cycle. So maybe 5 years is the perfect amount of time. Who knows? I think the metaverse is just overhyped, but who's to say it doesn't get overhyped again? Render. Salad Cream 1 says Render. RNDR. Krish, these are just things to consider, right? These are just things to keep in mind. Truthfully, at a good enough price, I'll probably pick up Ametis as well because it's so goddamn small. It's just such a small market cap. I look like, I don't know. I kind of want you guys to like come up with funny things that I look like, but at the same time, I don't want that. Render. Render's an interesting one for me because I made a classroom on Render back here saying it was overhyped, not a good investment, and it came down and I felt like a genius, but I didn't buy any, and then it skyrocketed back up, and like I think I got to put my bias to the side a little bit. I didn't understand what the reasoning behind having a token for Render was, but then at the same time, that's just kind of like an argument you can make for 90% of the stuff that exists, and that doesn't change any of it for moving. So I like Render. I think it fits into that DPIN category perfectly, and DPIN's going to be a huge narrative, and Render's really been proving themselves this bear market. They've been one that is actually like putting in work for people. Imagine picking it up at 27 cents and it being at $4 right now. Crazy. So Salad Cream, I don't like your name, but I like your pick. I think Render will do well. It's got that AI and it's got that DPIN. Again, I have a video on DPIN if you're confused about it. The graph. The graph. I forget the ticker symbol for graph. There it is. Oh yeah, GERT. I've never liked the graph. I'm sorry to say, I've never liked the graph. Definitely possible that it performs nicely. No, okay. That's not a good answer. If somebody gives you that answer, it's not a good answer. Because everything is going to pump in crypto. So yeah, it pretty much doesn't matter what you hold, you're gonna make money in the next 2 years. It's just like opportunity cost. How much money are you going to make compared to how much money does Bitcoin make people? You know, the goal is to beat Bitcoin. The goal is not to beat the dollar. Who's this new guy? That's what I feel like too. FTW, my hair. So like, I personally don't like the graph, but I know people who do really like the graph. So maybe it does crazy. Maybe it goes hard. Maybe I'm not seeing something with it. Pendle I've heard as well. Amex has good potential in 5 years. Oh, here we go, Johnny. That's my kind of portfolio, Johnny. A+. Johnny wins. That's my kind of portfolio. He says VXV, SBio, Vita, Gene, Lake, Grow, and ATH. Let's go. That is a DeSci portfolio if I've ever seen one. VXV and SBio are sleeping giants. Specifically SBio, but VXV, I don't think people are ready for VXV. I don't think people are ready to see what they're going to do because they're actually doing shit. They're actually doing some cool shit. Used to be $24, now it is 50 cents. So just getting back up to all-time highs. We'll see if it actually can pull it off, but that's a 4,500% return. That would be a crazy, crazy gain. My concern with VXV thus far is that it still has not put in a higher high. It's still continuing to put in lower lows. So I need to see this formation break a little bit and I need to see it change up. But VXV, I'm bullish on them as a whole, which is why SBio is such an important coin to pay attention to. SBio is something that might be a brand new concept to many of you guys. That's not even worth zooming in on this chart. SBio is likely an extremely new concept to you guys here. Are you ready for this? This is a security token. You guys have already been exposed to security tokens, but not to the capacity at which SBio is. SBio is actually representative ownership of Vector Space Bioscience. So VXV is their utility token, right? It's their access token. SBio is actual ownership in the company, and it's registered with the SEC, and it's good to go. It's got regulatory clarity, not out of lawsuits and out of fighting with the SEC, but actually just out of playing their game. I think that if we see, like, it's such a small market cap, it's such a small and volatile and illiquid asset that if you can grab some of it, we're going to see SBio put in some work. All it takes is like a couple good deals, truthfully, for this thing to skyrocket. It's going to be crazy. This is going to be a crazy thing to look at because I have no idea where it could go. This is the biggest gamble in the entire crypto market, but it's a worthwhile one, IMO. XDC, VeChain, LSS, and Lake. I think XDC and VeChain and Lake all make sense. I haven't heard of lossless. What is lossless? I'm not super bullish on XDC or VeChain. However, in a well-diversified portfolio, they both make sense, Landon. They both definitely make sense in a well-diversified portfolio, so I'll give props to that. I don't know what LSS is, and Lake is good exposure to DeSci, so I like that. I think it's solid. What's your opinion on ETF approval? I think that it's more likely than not going to get denied or pushed back. The SEC is they just like fucking people around. But that's why I placed this bet on Polymarket to hedge my portfolio. Will the ETF get approved by January 15th? We have 1 week from today for this bet to play out. I voted no because the returns are outsized. It's a 5-to-1 basically, 500% gains if it doesn't get approved. It's a solid bet. It's a solid bet. I hope it gets approved. I hope it gets approved. I really do. I just don't think things are ever that easy. Like, it's been going straight up and no one's had any qualms at all. It's been so goddamn easy. I think it'll get kicked down the road. Facts, Johnny. Opinion on ETF for VXV to return to all-time highs market cap would be just a 1280% return. Wait, really? So they've burned a bunch of tokens? Oh, never mind. No, I get what you're saying now. Yeah, because there's no... I mean, there is a max supply, though. It is 50 million. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, just dilution, dude. Just dilution. We'll see. I have no idea. Do I think that it could reach above a $335 million market cap? I do. I do. But it would have to go even higher to get the coin price back up. I see what you're saying. We'll see. I think good returns nonetheless. I think it'll outperform Bitcoin tenfold. ISS is one of Tim's plays. Nice. What did you say it was? It's a protocol for security on smart contracts to prevent hacks. To prevent hacks? How does it prevent hacks? How does it prevent hacks? It's like an insurance play? Or it's like, what is that screener? Like it's Dex Tools, I think, but it's not Dex Tools. Dex Tools is going crazy. I didn't know it was gonna be like that. Educational articles. Let me scroll. Announcements. I'm looking for something. Stay put, por favor. Yeah, it feels too far ago. I don't think. Oh, here we go. Quick Intel. That's the one I was thinking of. I don't even know if they'll be here. Quickie. A little quickie. Oh, okay. Quickie is a competitor to Dex Tools, but it's smaller. You got those spikes in them. Yeah, it doesn't look as beautiful. I don't know. I don't know why I went on that. If ETP, why is it? Were you guys messing up typing P and F? They're so far away from the keyboard. If ETF approved, what would be the next target on Bitcoin, and what would be the impact on other coins? I have a whole video out on it, and I'm very contrarian. There's already ETPs, that's why I'm saying it. Like, we know ETP versus ETF. ETPs are a broader category that encompasses a number of investment instruments. ETPs cover a wider range. Oh, I'm thinking ETN. Sorry. I was thinking ETN. ETFs are a subset of ETP. Fine. I'm sorry. I think what happens, and I have a video which we can watch if you guys want to watch it. We can watch that video together on my expectations. But I believe that if the ETF is to get approved, let me go to a different Bitcoin chart. We'll see something like this play out, all right? We'll see something like this, where we immediately spike up, okay? I think we'll have wicks that go crazy high. I think ETF gets approved, we immediately spike up. I don't know how long it will be between getting approved and getting launched, okay? I don't know how long it'll be between getting approved and getting launched, but let's say they give them a month to get it launched. I see something like that playing out, where it's just like another leg up and we hover around 50,000 for a little bit. Okay? Maybe like maybe it does something like that instead. I'm not sure. But I think that we go crazy. I think we go, if it gets approved, we go crazy, like up to 55,000, above 50,000 or so. I think that we will go for a liquidity grab and grab the liquidity that's hovering around that $51,000 or $52,000 up here. Okay? But then when it launches, I'm very much convinced that once it launches, we're going to see something like this. From whatever price point we got to, I think we go and do something like that, which nobody is really ready for. Nobody's mentally prepared for something like that to happen. Right before the halving, though, that kind of makes sense. Everyone takes profits right before the halving. The whole thing is a buy the rumor, sell the news. But then, obviously, we truck around and go like this, right, for the next bull market. But that's my kind of expectation for what happens with it. And I can justify it via a TikTok video I posted yesterday. VXV or SBI if you had to pick one. Depends on what section of the portfolio. For a more secure play, VXV, if I wanted to, let's say I had $1,000 I wanted to throw in, I might do $900 into VXV and 100 into SBIO, so like a 90-10 split. If I had to pick one though, it would go VXV. Unless it was purely a gamble, then I'd go SBIO. But SBIO is way riskier. What's the top project you're tossing your shampoo and conditioner savings into? That's an easy one. That is an easy one. That is VitaDow. VitaDow, in my opinion, all right, it's sitting at a $30 million market cap. In my opinion, VitaDow is going to $100. I think it is one of the best risk to reward plays in the entire crypto market right now. And so I think that just every bottle of conditioner is $12, $15 or something like that. They're actually expensive as fuck. Now I have 3 extra Viter. Wow. I might need to, yeah, that explains it. It's almost 10 o'clock. That's 5 extra Vita that I get to buy every single month. When Vita gets to $100, that means that every bottle of conditioner, which has been costing me $500 of opportunity cost, will now be yielding me $500 of potential gains. And so, if you can reframe your mind to think like that, I think that you will be very happy down the line. I'm gonna see if record my iPhone. I just want to see if it works. No. Oh, that's because I didn't change it. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. Really, if you assume that you're going to be able to 10x your portfolio during this bull market, that means that every single dollar you spend and not invest is actually $10. Cool. You want to go on an expensive date night with your wife? Awesome. You should do that. You don't not do it just because of this. But I want you to think about it for a second. Maybe cut back on them. All right? Maybe you just do date nights out. You stop doing that Uber Eats in where you get sushi and you sit on the couch and have Uber Eats at home, because that Uber Eats is probably going to cost you $100. Wrong. That Uber Eats actually just cost you $1,000. And for me, my portfolio challenge is to 100x my portfolio. So wrong again. That Uber Eats just cost me 10 grand. Was that movie and a sushi night worth 10 grand? No, it wasn't. It just wasn't. No, it was worth $100. Yeah, but that $100 is actually 10 grand. That means I'm only willing to spend $1 on it because I'm going to 100x that $1. So yeah, that sushi night's worth $100. So if I could get it for $1 in today's value, I'd be happy to do it. But I can't do that, which means I can't do it. So every bottle of conditioner that I'm saving now, which is costing me $20, is actually costing me $2,000. Why didn't I cut my hair back long ago? Why didn't I cut my hair back in the peak bear market? Oh my God. Date nights have been canceled. Free nights only. Yeah, go for a walk in the park, you know? Go beg on the side, get some food gift to you. Like that could be fun too. Think of the memories. Hey honey, you want to dress up in our shittiest clothes and go sit and pretend to be homeless so that we get free food? Huh. Think of the memories you'd have. That'd be awesome. You could tell your kid that you were homeless for a little bit. That father lore, that oh God. Live your life, guys. Use the money, but understand the value of the money, the future value of money. I'm time-stamping this. Do it, Johnny. I should clip this and post it out there. Pulling my kids out of private school, sending them to public for max profits. Listen, FTW, everyone has to make sacrifices. You gotta teach them young. Everyone's got to make some sacrifices. It's just 2 years. They can go back in during the bear market. That's fine. But right now, make those sacrifices. That's why I don't do concerts anymore. I haven't done I did the Taylor Swift concert, but that was like, my girlfriend is in love with Taylor Swift. I'll sell you $50 for $500. Hit me up for details. Oh man, that's the real value of it though. Yes, clip it. Real shit. Throw the girlfriend, hit a 10x in crypto, buy new chicks. I could get 10 girls for the cost of one if I just double down on my crypto bags. But VitaDAO, I think, is my biggest risk to reward out there. We see this thing go from $3 to $100. That's potential for a 30x gains. Not the craziest returns out there. It's not. I'm sure that I will hit multiple 100x's from now until then. I am sure of it. But as far as risk to return right now, VitaDAO at $3, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Truthfully, I'll probably be scooping Vita until it hits $10, and then I'll let it run, because a 10x is nice. A 10x is the foundation. If it's not gonna 10x, don't hit me with it. Time's your most valuable asset, guys. Hopefully this was a worthwhile live stream to tune in for. Thank you for not roasting me for my haircut too bad, and thank you for joining in. I will see you guys in tomorrow's live stream. Make sure to join for that free alpha, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Enjoy your Mondays, everyone. Enjoy your Mondays.